WWE Monday Night Raw on May 5, live from the Kai Health Center in Omaha, Nebraska, was a rollercoaster of emotion, tension, and chaos just days before Backlash. This wasn't just another episode, it was a statement. A declaration. And it kicked off with none other than the reigning World Heavyweight Champion, main event, Jey Uso. He wasn't there to play. Jey wanted Logan Paul face to face, man to man. But instead of the Maverick, he got someone else. Someone more dangerous in his own right, Paul Heyman. The crowd didn't know what to expect, but Heyman, the former Wiseman of the bloodline, brought the fire. Jey called him out immediately, asked how he even had the guts to step into the ring after everything that went down. The betrayal, the lies, the collapse of the family. That's when Heyman snapped. He let loose on Jey, on Reigns, and even on CM Punk. He said WrestleMania broke everything. That Punk, his so-called best friend, put him in an impossible spot. That Roman Reigns, the once proud tribal chief, now hides in the shadows of irrelevance. He didn't hold back. He blamed everyone. And in the chaos of his words, he might have cracked. Heyman poured his heart out. Veins bulging, voice trembling. This wasn't just a promo, this was a breakdown. And Jey, he hit him with a smirk and a single line, "Are you okay?" Cold, confident, dismissing the entire tirade with the flick of a sentence. Heyman, flustered and shaking, then dropped the bombshell: Seth Rollins was coming for the World Heavyweight Championship. And not just coming, he was giving Jey the choice. The choice of which night he'd lose the title. And that was just the opening segment. Later in the night, the crowd roared as Seth Rollins made his entrance. Business jacket, sunglasses, smug as ever. He didn't waste time. He talked about legacy, about proving he was still the guy. Rollins vs. Jey Uso was officially set for Backlash, high stakes, high heat. But Raw wasn't done delivering. Rusev, yes, Rusev, returned to action for the first time in years. The pop was deafening, and he didn't miss a step. The Bulgarian brute took on a fresh opponent, showcasing that same raw power that once made him unstoppable. His comeback is real, and it's dangerous. Sheamus also made his presence felt. He went toe-to-toe with Austin Theory in a stiff, no-nonsense slugfest. Theory tried his usual tricks, but Sheamus brought the fists and the fire. A back-and-forth clash, with the Celtic Warrior eventually standing tall. Then came the shocker. Penta El Zero Miedo, yes, that Penta, made his Raw debut and faced JD McDonagh. And what a match it was. Technical brilliance versus unrelenting lucha style. Penta flew, he kicked, he countered. The finish, a fear factor that shook the ring. Elsewhere, the microphone was lit up once again, this time by Pat McAfee. The former NFL punter and current WWE star didn't hold back. He took shots at Gunther, mocking the Intercontinental Champion's arrogance and daring him to prove his dominance at Backlash. Gunther, from backstage, responded only with a death stare. You could feel the tension rise. Meanwhile, backstage segments painted the rest of the night's drama. Pretty Deadly were seen scheming, watching Penta's win with interest. Are they targeting him? Or JD? Or maybe just stirring the pot like always? Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan exchanged cold glances in the locker room hallway. No words were said, but the air between them was electric. A collision is inevitable. Becky Lynch and Roxanne Perez had a sit-down interview, mutual respect, sure. But also that unspoken edge. Like each knew the other could steal their spotlight at any moment. Back in the ring, Dominic Mysterio tried to earn redemption after weeks of missteps. But the crowd wasn't having it. Boos rained down, and even his opponent didn't show mercy. Dom's downward spiral continues, and Judgment Day isn't happy. The tag team division also got its moment. The Street Profits and Alpha Academy tore the house down in a fast-paced, high-flying showcase. Ford flew, Otis slammed, and in the end, it was chaos, leading to a double countout and an inevitable rematch for Backlash. Then came the U.S. title segment, and Solo Sikoa. In the middle of a #1 contenders match, Solo Sikoa interfered. No warning, no explanation. He laid waste to everyone. Carnage. And out of the rubble came the announcement, a fatal four-way for the U.S. title at Backlash. Jacob Fatu vs. Drew McIntyre vs. LA Knight vs. Damian Priest. Let that sink in. Four of WWE's most dominant forces. One ring, one prize. Solo's interference lit the fuse, Backlash will be the explosion. And let's not forget the rising stars. Fraxiom showed up and showed out, taking down a local competitor with a blend of technical brilliance and high-flying mayhem. He grabbed the mic after and said, "I'm not next. I'm now." The show closed with one last stare-down. Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, face to face. No words this time, just that unspoken tension. The kind that only builds until it breaks, and it'll break at Backlash. Omaha got one of the most intense go-home Raw episodes in recent memory. Not just a step toward Backlash, this was the shove that sent it over the edge.